guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. I have another Artful box to unbox for you, so let's get started. Yay! Okay, so you may remember a couple of months ago I unboxed my Artful box that was all about alcohol markers. I did get the next one in between, and that's air dry clay. But I've been on the road traveling a lot and I am going to do that one, but I thought this one sounded much more fun. I just got it. It's mixed media. So I haven't opened it yet. I've been waiting to share it with you. So let's open this puppy up and see what they mean by mixed media and see what we've got. All right, so for this I need my glasses. I ordered new glasses. I cannot wait to get them. They're so cute. But all right, so I'm gonna sit down because art is better sitting down, sewing is better standing up. So this is the beautiful Artful Art School in a Box mixed media box. This is a quarterly box, so you get four throughout the year, one every 3 months. It's coming from the UK, so it does sometimes take longer to get to me than it would like if I lived in the UK. But I've been a subscriber now for 2 years for this. I love this box. I love that it comes quarterly. I'll tell you all the things I love as I open it up. And I don't think it's all that expensive. I mean, I'll have to look that up. I think it's like $45 a quarter, maybe $50 at the most. But you're getting an entire art lesson in here, and you can see just, you know, how massive and heavy this box is. I don't think it has a weight on it. Sometimes they have a weight on there, but this feels easily like a 6-pound box. So let's stop talking about the box and open it up and see what we got. All right. So they won Best Buy Indie Best Buy for 2021. And I can tell you how I got into this one. All right, I got that ripped. I got into this during the pandemic, like everybody else. I found myself with more time at home. That if you know my travel schedule, I'm gone like every few weeks. So it was very strange to be home for 2+ years and not be on the road. And I got into drawing, and I'm going to put a couple of my sketches in here right now so you can see some of my sketches I've done since the pandemic. I am no Michelangelo, by no means, but I do love creating, and I love drawing, and I love sewing, and I love anything that lets me express myself. And the subscription boxes were awesome. I did quite a few different brands, and I did Scrawler Box, and I did Art Box, and I did gosh, I can't even remember them all. I did the one from Germany. They were all fun, but the problem was they came every month, and they did give you a little bit about what to do with the medium, but it was so fast before you got another one, and I didn't have enough time to really immerse myself in it. So I do love that these are quarterly, and you can spend 3 months on that medium, and you can go back to the other ones because you're going to get a whole thick book about this medium. So let's see what we got for mixed media. Okay, so first of all, you get your box. You can always tag your art on Instagram at Artful Box. You can use the hashtag Artful. They have daily drawing challenges. I did those for a while. Those were really fun. I did some. I'm going to show like I think the one daily challenge was an octopus. I'll show you the octopus I did here. I did it with watercolor. I'm trying to think of the other ones I've done. There was steampunk, so I did a mandala. But sometimes the daily challenge stumps you, and sometimes it's really easy to do. But it is a nice way to force yourself to create something every day. And again, don't be hard on yourself. Nobody has to even see it. It's just your drawing, and the more you do it, the better you get. All right, so it's got regular new content. They always have tutorials. They were putting videos out, but I think they just stopped that because nobody was watching the videos. But they do live events, and they do Facebook and all the social media stuff where they post new stuff all the time. You can upgrade your box every quarter. They do like an add-on thing. I don't know what it's going to be for this. It'll probably be in the book. But like when we did color pencils, you got different colors in the color pencils. There was silk screening. You got different inks for the silk screening, on and on and on. I think the watercolor one, you got more watercolors, plus you got more brushes because you can do different things with the brushes. And they love, you know, share your work. They really do promote the people who do this. It looks like that might just be an extra piece of paper. So let's see what we've got. We've got some advertisement, which I don't remember advertisement in the other boxes, but you know, it's not a lot, though this is quite funny. Laundry capsule posted. I don't know what that is. We're not going to worry about it. All right, so let's see what we got. First, we've got acrylic paints. Now, all of their products are private labeled, but I have to say they've been very high quality. I haven't felt like because it was private label, it was a poor quality. And I've used quite a few of their different mediums. So we've got acrylic in red, which is a very orangey red. Then we've got yellow, which is more like a marigold yellow. Then we've got black. And we've got blue. So they gave you the 3 primary colors, and then they gave you black. They didn't give you white, so you can't really lighten it, but you could darken it. You can lighten it with the yellow, but then you're getting another color as well. So we have those. Then every time, well, I guess not every time, because I think in the clay one we may not have gotten them because it's clay. But these are 4 little note cards with a craft envelope. So if you wanted to, you know, I have a bunch of these, and like if you're short a birthday card, you can quickly pull it out and do a piece of art for a friend or family member. You could do these and send them out as mystery happies for people. Like if you have friends and you know they're kind of down in the dumps, do a happy, send it to them, but don't put your return address and just surprise them with them. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. You could just frame them. You could paint them and frame them. So let me start setting this out. So it's you can see what we've got here. So we've got our acrylic paints, which I'm going to put up on edge if they'll stay. Let's see, can I get them to stay? We got red, yellow. This is also like my favorite blue. It's a bright, happy blue. Where'd that black one go? There we go. So we've got the acrylic paints. We've got the cards. Now we got some mystery packages. Let's see what we got in here. I think this is a bottle of ink. So what mixed media is not sticking to one medium, obviously mixed media. It's not like you're only, oh my goodness, that is bright orange. That is an electric orange. And this is neon orange acrylic ink. So mixed media is you're using inks and you're using acrylic and you use pencil and you use masking fluids to mark things off. And let's see what this is. I like that you get to open your little gifts too. Oh, masking fluid, Artful masking fluid. So masking fluid and ink and acrylic paint. Let's see what else we've got here. So yeah, so mixed media is using a bunch of different mediums on one piece of art so that it's just its own category. Because like they'll say acrylic paints, or they'll say gouache, or they'll say watercolor. This mixed media means you can do any mediums you want. So we've got some really thick paper here. This is 140-pound paper. It's suitable for watercolor, pencil, pen, ink, calligraphy, pastel, and oil pastel. Again, if you're doing mixed media, you really want a heavier paper to work on because it's going to probably get layers of wetness and you don't want it to rip and fall apart. And I have to say, I've got several of their sketchbooks and they're all super, super nice. So let's put that there. I'm running out of space here. Let's see, what is this? Oh, they gave us some craft paper. Craft paper is just brown paper. But again, all of these mediums will look different on brown versus white. I'm going to guess this is for a potential piece. So we're going to put that aside. And then we've got, okay, this is why I love their boxes. You get a book all about the medium or the technique that you're going to be learning. So we're going to go through this one, but let's see what else we've got in our box. We've got some paint brushes. So we've got a nice number 2. I'm going to take these off because we're going to be using them. There we go. I love my camera, but it only focuses with flash. So I've got a number 2 there. And then this is a number 11, a nice big flat one. I love using these flat edge brushes. So we've got those. You can save these and pop them back on your brushes, but I never, once they're wet, I always struggle with these. So I just make sure I leave my brush sideways to dry, and then when it's dry, I just leave it upright. And then we got a bunch of color pencils. Okay, what's this one? turquoise. Why is that one? Oh, I guess. Oh, this is just a regular pencil. The colored pencils are round. So we've got turquoise, bottle green, midnight. We've got orange pop. These are hefty little pencils here. Then we've got raspberry. Oh, I love raspberry. And coffee. So cute names, great colors. These are colors that we can mix the acrylics to get to, or they can just be accent colors. So we've got all of those. And then every subscription box, even my first quilting subscription box, comes with a regular pencil. This is a 4H pencil. 4H. H is hard lead, so it's very, very light, which means I can sketch my outline of whatever I'm going to do, and it won't be really bold and hard. If you push hard with this, it will actually, I don't know if emboss is the right word, but it will indent the papers. So I know in college I used a really, really hard pencil line to create texture lines in my paper. And it's harder to erase than the softer leads, but for sketching out, it's very, very light, so you wouldn't see the sketch. So those are all the things I got in this box. So we're gonna move this out of the way. So the booklet that you got, look how pretty that is. That's a really pretty print. Artful Art School in a Box. Let's learn about mixed media and other stuff. So I'm not going to read the whole entire magazine, but I am going to flip through it here with you so we can see what we've got. Inside every box, you'll find a selection of premium tools handpicked to work perfectly together. That is also important, that if you are using ink with acrylic or color pencils with something, that it does work over each other. Each edition will work closely with the artist to bring you the tools they use when they're creating their own work. This magazine delivers useful tips for materials as well as a step-by-step tutorials, which I'm going to go through here and see if we can find one that maybe I could do tonight with you guys. Let's see here. So if you're just starting out, you can build up your confidence. That's kind of the other thing, is like if you do a tutorial, you're working with the mediums, but you're also not on the line to figure out what you want to draw, because that's a two-part step to creating. So if you do a tutorial, they tell you what to draw, so then you can focus on how to use the mediums. Okay, let's see here. Throughout your time with Artful, you will expand your technical knowledge and proficiency across a diverse range of tools, and see yourself grow into an artist, or grow as an artist, with every box. And I think that's the other thing, is because you're playing with it and you're doing tutorials, you may find a medium that you never knew you liked. Let's see here. So it's basically art class in a box. This is perfect for like the hobby crafter. It's perfect. Like, I'm a professional artist and I still love this. Or if you have a younger person in your life that's aspiring to be an artist, this is a really good box to get them, because they get to experience a bunch of stuff without having to spend a ton of money. Art supplies are very, very expensive. So to be able to get all of these things in a box, and they don't ever, I mean, this is a full bottle of ink. They don't give you little samples. They give you full-size stuff. So I like that as well. So let's see here. This is, we're going to flip through here really quick. There's our contents. Okay, so these are tutorials that we can do. So we'll pick one of these to maybe play with. The brief history of mixed media. They always give you something about what you're jumping into. They also are going to profile artists in the book. This is talking about what we got. We got 100 milliliter pots of acrylic paint, 4 colors. The paints are highly pigmented and light fast, which makes these perfect acrylics to get creative with. And I do have some acrylics from some of their other boxes, and they are very nice. We got a pot of neon ink. I don't know if this, I think this varied, which is kind of funny because I got neon orange, and orange is probably my least favorite color, but it does look like some people got pink, and probably green would be my guess. You get an Artful pencil. Now they're saying it's an F pencil, and I have a 4H, so I'm not sure. I don't know the difference, but I know how to use a 4H pencil. Pencil is a pencil. It'll work. 6 assorted coloring pencils, so I'm going to guess that these were, they had all the color pencils from the color pencil box, and everybody got a different assortment of those. You got an 11 filbert brush, which is this guy. And you have a 2 round paintbrush, which is this guy. I have used their brushes. They're very nice. I mean, I have nicer brushes, but I paid $20 or $30 for the brush. So for what these are, they are wonderful little brushes. Masking fluid. Now I cannot smell. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I have no sense of smell. It has nothing to do with COVID. This stuff I've been told really, really stinks. So if you are sensitive to smells, think about using the masking fluid outside or in a well-ventilated area. But again, I can't smell, so I probably should still use it in a ventilated area. It does contain latex, so if you're somebody allergic to latex, skip the masking fluid. We got the mixed media art pad. We got the greeting cards, the magazine, over 100 pages of interviews, tutorials, and inspiration. See page 10 to 13 for the basics and to learn more about your materials. So that's where we're at here. They talk about the acrylics, the inks, the pencils, the brushes. Let's see, included in this mixed media box, you can find a texture and photo resource zine. I wonder if that's in here. Oh, right here. Okay. I didn't see it. It slipped in the book. So you can use this to cut things out. These are just some images that you can cut out and glue down, because a lot of times in mixed media, people will use paper and cut and paste and ink over it and stamp on it and stuff. So it's nice they gave us some extra photos to play, or you know, a photo book that we could cut apart. Let's see here. What else do we got? The basics, always keep your pencil sharp, swatch everything. That's my favorite part about art materials, is we'll swatch everything and see what color it is, how it interacts with each other, how wet the brush has to be. And then we've got techniques. They've got watering down acrylics, because you can water down the acrylics to make them almost like watercolors, or make them like watercolors. The difference between watercolor and ink, or watercolor and acrylic, is watercolor is water-based, so you can put water on a watercolor and change it, or the paint will move, or you can ruin the painting that way. Where acrylic, once it's dry, it's dry. It doesn't go anywhere. So it's like you can water it down and get that very watery look, but not have it be like watercolors. The one thing I'm surprised we didn't get was a Pigma pen. I may have to grab one of those. And then it's like, this is Melissa Lackey. It's an interview with her. I mean, there's just so much information here. These are some of her pieces. Lots of pieces. Adriana Bermudez. I hope I'm not killing it. Oh, her stuff's really funky. You know, really, really funky. You know, I love the idea of the moth wings as a dress. I may have to play with that idea. So they talk about different, so here you can see where she used an image and she cut it apart. So collage and mixed media can be kind of similar. Collage is just when you glue a bunch of stuff down, where mixed media would be you paint on top of it or you stamp on top of it. Daily drawing challenge, so there you go. They give you the challenge and then you can post it on their thing. So let's see, how to photograph your work at home. Very, very bright. But now we're going to get to the tutorials. So let's see if we can run through one of these. Oh, that's really cute. I think I really like that one. So maybe we'll try the cat. Then there's the transgalactic collage. That's using parts of the photo book. What else we've got? So see, there's lots of things, and then they tell you, like the first one, the one I really like, will take 60 minutes and it's a beginner skill level. This one is beginner and it's 45 minutes. This is a color block collage. And then, what else we got here? The floral still lifes. This is more advanced, it says, in skill level 60 minutes. That's really cute though, I really like that. Maybe we'll try that one. Mixed media turtle. This is more advanced. Oh, look at that. They're making the turtle shell out of the cardboard. How clever is that? It's very clever. And they're using a fork here to do texture. Yeah, that's not something you do at 6 o'clock at night. So I might try the turtle later, but I think, I don't know, that other one, even though it was advanced, looks super cute. So, floral still life. Using washi or masking tape, create a board. Let's try this one. Hope I'm not getting in over my head. This one's using acrylic paint, ink, masking fluid, brushes, mixed media, paper, color pencils. And they say rubber, but that actually is an eraser. The UK call erasers rubbers. Don't know why. It's the UK, which I love. Okay, so let me run through this and see how it goes. This is called A Floral Still Life. I do like flowers. I'm going to probably make it a little bit more my style, but let's see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to get myself set up and I will be back. Okay, and the other things that I grabbed that were not in the box is I grabbed a crappy brush. I call them crappy brush, a crappy brush to use with the masking fluid, because once you use this on masking fluid, it dries to latex and you may as well just toss the brush. So I keep a whole box of just cheapy brushes for any time I'm going to use something like that. So I've added those in. And then I did get some Pigma pens, which are very fine tip black outline pens, because I do like to add that to my artwork. We have our acrylic paints. Got my cup of water. And I got my eraser, aka rubber. So, okay, step one, mask it off. So we're going to use masking tape and we're going to mask off our paper. Alright, next step is to lightly draw whatever it is we're going to do. These guys did like a really I don't know, that kind of looks like a 70s picture to me. So I'm still gonna do flowers, I think. I have drawn my little picture. I did a little ladybug with 2 daisies, nothing super fancy. And so now the next step, let's see what the next step is. Mix masking fluid to slowly shaking and turning the bottle. This is saying use your fine tip brush to paint over the areas you want to leave white. Let the masking layer dry completely for 15 minutes and clean your brush immediately with some soapy water. So that is why I'm going to use my little junky brush, because then I don't have, I'll clean it, but if it doesn't clean, I don't ruin a brand new little brush for it. And then 15 minutes. So I'm going to mask off my daisies, and then maybe I'll work on the grass that's not masked and go from there. So let's see how this is. And I do have a fan on in here. Oh my god, I can't get it open. Ah, there we go. I also don't want it flying all over the place. So we've got our masking fluid. And you don't want to leave the cap off this either, because it is latex. It'll just dry. So basically all I'm doing is I have a lot on my brush, so I'm just, let's see if you can see. I want to make sure you guys can see. I know you can't see my lines very well, but what I'm doing is I am painting in my flower petals and my flower center with a light coat of this. You don't want to put it on too thick or it'll take forever to dry. It is hard to see, so sometimes you gotta look from the edge, the side, and make sure you've got it on there. Because anywhere you put this masking fluid, it's gonna dry like a latex layer. And then I'm gonna be able to paint over it, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna take the eraser and erase it away, and that will leave just the white paper underneath that I can then use my colors, paints on, or in this case, if I want to leave my little daisy white, I can just leave the paper showing. So I'm just going to do that for this, and I think I'm going to do it for the stem and leaves as well. I don't usually use masking fluid because I'm pretty good at painting, but it is very handy sometimes if you want to do like a really pretty water wash in the back, or, you know, paint a big area. I guess I'm going to need to do my little ladybug too. So yeah, this must stink because my puppy just showed up here because she's smelling it and she's thinking, oh, there's something stinky up there. So, you know, she's my support dog. She's telling me there is something funky up there and I don't like the smell of it. I didn't train her to do that, but apparently I I got myself a dog that's telling me, this is stinky, put it away, I don't like it. And it's helpful to know that she'll tell me that. She's just a puppy. Her name is Doodles. We've had her for 2 years. We got her as a little puppy as a rescue. And she thinks I am her charge and she has to take care of me. So I don't go very many places without her. And obviously, she'll tell me when something's funky, something's weird. So I'm looking to make sure, yeah, my ladybug doesn't quite have enough on it. Because what I'm going to do is just paint over all of this and make my sky wash. Is to make a wash for your background piece. Mix acrylic paint with plenty of water to create like a water-like consistency. Is make my wash. I'm going to use the blue, obviously. Let's see, I don't know if these have seals on them or what we got. Nope. Wow, how pretty is that? Alright. So I'm going to wet my brush. You always want to wet your brush before you put paint on it. It'll help the brush last longer. I'm just going to steal a little from the cap. And I'm going to take this over to my water. And we're just going to lighten it with water. So we're ready to do our sky. And I'm going to... Now, you can do wash a couple different ways. One way would be to wet the paper and then put the acrylic on it. The other is to just put the acrylic on it. Whew, let's try it. Yeah, we're just going to put the acrylic on it. And make sure your brush is full of paint. I didn't have enough paint on that brush. So you can push the paint around. And you see I'm painting right over my daisy and my ladybug. And I'm keeping my strokes going in one way. And I'm not trying to make it all the same color. I'm leaving a little bit of movement on there, not a lot. Let's do this up by the camera. Ooh, artful, 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 artful. Wow. That is my favorite kind of yellow. It is a happy yellow. And I'm going to take just a little of that and I'm going to put it over here and I'm going to steal a little of the blue, just a little. And I'm going to add a little water. And now I've got green. Not a lot of green, I need some more. And the more blue you add, the darker your green gets. And then the more yellow you add, the lighter your green gets. So the next step is to build up more opaque layers using less water. Mix shades of green and paint your plant leaves with your smaller brush. Add some blue at the ends for lively texture. And paint small blue flowers. So seeing how I have a totally different picture, I'm going to mix up some more green. We're waiting for that to dry in that corner. See if I can get some of these in there. So there's that. So we've used color pencils and we used our acrylic. Now we are ready to get rid of the masking fluid. And this is where you can just erase the masking fluid. See how it just comes right off? You can also just roll it with your finger, though that does seem to roll the paper. Well, maybe not. I think you can use the eraser if you don't want to touch it. I just, see, that's where I wiped away some, so now I have a little blue spot there. There we go. So it didn't quite work all the way because I wiped away some of the masking fluid, and it did sort of roll that paper with the eraser. Maybe I don't know what a rubber is, so I don't know. Anyway, so there's my little flowers and ladybug. It is certainly not a masterpiece to go in the museum, but it was a really fun project to try out all these materials. I tried the acrylic paints, I've tried the ink, I tried the color pencils over the inks and the acrylic. I tried it straight on the paper. I used all of the acrylic colors. I used the orange, and I followed the little tutorial. And no, I didn't draw the same picture as them, but I drew flowers, and I think that's fine. It was more just a matter of learning the different techniques. So then when you're all done, if you picked the right washi tape, you can rip this off carefully. All right, so there you go. That is my little painting following the tutorial in the book. I got to use all of the materials. There are other tutorials in here. Like I said, the turtle, we went through the whole book. There's so much in here. This is definitely a weekend read just to sit and absorb all of the knowledge and art that is in here. I hope you have enjoyed my review of this Artful box. Like I said, we still have the air dry clay one coming up. And I have a few from last year that I'd like to share with you that I haven't gotten to as well. I should be getting another one. Let's see, this is March, April, May. I should get one in June. I'm not sure what that medium will be. We will find out together. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know if you like seeing more art materials on this channel. For all my quilters and sewers out there, we will keep doing that as well, but I do want to share all the things that inspire me, and I think this is a nice crash course. And as you can see, I did not create a Van Gogh, I just created a Pridemore. So till next time, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified, and thank you for watching.